Hey guys, and I hope you guys are doing okay today. Today I'll be rating the new Shrine of Secrets, Wednesday the 17th of February 2021. Now if you guys are new to the series, what I do each week, I go over the new Shrine of Secrets, I rate the perks out of 10, I give my reason why, and at the end of the video, I recommend one perk you guys should buy off the Shrine. So before I get into it, if you guys could drop a like and subscribe, I really appreciate that. We're getting closer and closer to 400 subscribers, and I appreciate the support lately, it's been fucking crazy. And yeah, let's jump right into today's shrine. So the first perk is Decisive Strike. Holy shit, okay. This is Laurie's teachable perk. So what this perk does, after being unhooked or unhooking yourself, Decisive will become active for at level 1, 40 seconds, at level 2, 50 seconds, and at level 3, 1 minute. While DS is active, or Decisive is active, when grabbed by the killer, succeed a skill check to automatically escape the killer's grasp and stun them for 5 seconds. So what I rate this perk out of 10? Definitely a 9 or 9.5, I say. Yeah, we'll give it a 10. Why not? We see this perk on the shrine like once every 6 months, or even fucking once a year. It feels like. But yeah, this perk's really fucking solid. Now I'm about to give my reason why I think it's really solid, and it's crazy. So, why I think the current state of DS is so strong. I'm not saying the new nerfed version. I'm not counting that version yet until that comes out. The current version of DS is really strong. That strong that you don't have to have the perk for it to be strong. So if you're a high rank killer, you know when there's an obsession, there's most likely a DS, right? Yeah, there most likely is a DS. Well, if no one has DS, okay, then there'll be no obsession unless you're using an obsession perk. If you're not using an obsession perk as killer, and let's say no one's okay, let's say if you're using Save the Best for Last as killer and no one has DS, you wouldn't know that. You'd probably think someone have DS, but there's no telltale information there, so you'd have to guess not to pick them up. And it basically gives you two options: to either respect the DS if they potentially have it, you wouldn't have any information if they do or don't, you have to make guesses, or B, you're gonna have to take the DS and, you know, hope to get him down quicker after, because obviously you lose a lot of momentum, and it's gonna hurt you a lot taking DS at a higher level. So yeah, DS is that strong. You don't have to have the perk. One person can have the perk on the team, and it could look like everyone else has the perk. That's how strong DS is. So that's why I think it's really strong, and that's why I rate it. Obviously how it is. I prefer the new version coming out in terms of balancing, but yeah, DS is kind of broken right now if you think of it, looking at it logically. Anyways, let's move on to the second perk. So the second perk is called Dragon's Grip. This is Blight's teachable perk. So what this perk does, after kicking a generator for the next 30 seconds, the first survivor that interacts with it will scream, revealing the location for 4 seconds, and will become afflicted with the exposed status effect for 1 minute. And Dragon's Grip has a cooldown of at level 1, 120 seconds, at level 2, 100 seconds, and at level 3, 80 seconds. So what do I rate this perk out of 10? Probably a 4. I mean, yeah, it sounds good on paper, but in reality it's so situational. I mean, first of all, you have to kick a certain gen, and you have to hope someone touches that gen. Then when they scream, you could be at the fucking other side of the map by the time they touch it. You have to go back there hoping they're still around the area, and they most likely wouldn't be at the higher level. So yeah, it's a waste of perk slot and a waste of time for you as killer, and it's going to hurt you a lot, and it's very fucking situational. So I do not recommend this perk personally. Let's move on to the third perk. So the third perk is called Empathy. This is Claudette's teachable perk. So what this perk does, dying or injured allies auras are revealed to you within a at level 1, 64, at level 2, 96, and at level 3, 128 meter range. So what I rate this perk out of 10? Probably a 6. I mean, Empathy isn't too bad, especially if you're doing like an altruistic kind of build, or if you're just solo survivor. I mean, you might as well use Bond at that point, but either way, Empathy is really solid. I feel like lots of information when someone gets injured. Not the best information perk for survivor, or not even close to the best solo survivor perk, but it's definitely up there in my opinion. That's why I rate it a 6. So let's move on to the fourth and final perk. So the fourth and final perk is called Thanatophobia. This is the nurse's teachable perk. So what this perk does, for each injured, dying, or hooked survivor, all survivors receive a stack of... Wait, hold up. They still haven't fucking changed Thanatophobia on oh wait, they have. Never mind. Sorry. For each injured, dying, or hooked survivor, all survivors receive a stackable penalty of at level 1, 4%, at level 2, 4.5%, and at level 3, 5% to the repair, sabotage, and totem cleansing speeds, up to a maximum at level 1, 16%, at level 2, 18%, and at level 3, 20%. So what do I rate this perk out of 10? Maybe a 5.5. I mean, the old Thanatophobia is better because it affected healing, and now it just affects gen speed, sabotaging, and cleansing tomes. So it's a bit gimmicky now, which kind of sucks. I see it as a nerf, people see it as a buff, but yeah, I don't know why they nerf Thanatophobia. I mean, it's just stupid, just in my opinion at least. But yeah, it was a stupid nerf, and that's why I rated it at 5.5. If it was the old one, I'd probably rate it at 6.5. Just my personal opinion. But yeah, let's move on to the final thing of today's video, which is one perk I recommend you guys buy off the shrine. So the one perk I recommend you guys buy off the shrine for Wednesday, the 17th of February 2021 is obviously Empathy. Yes, I know, I'm joking. It's Decisive, 100%. I mean, how the fuck did I not choose DS? I mean, DS is on the shrine like what, every fucking 7 months, and yeah, DS is very strong as well. I'm not just rating it the highest or 10 out of 10 because it's very rare. That's not the only reason. I'm doing that because the perk's really fucking strong, and I believe it's probably the strongest perk in the game to date, just in my opinion. Like that may sound a bit off the rails, but trust me, I generally believe that. Anyways, what are your thoughts? You guys happy that DS is finally on the fucking shrine? Because I am. Or I already have it, obviously. I'm happy for the people who don't have it, etc, etc. And the worst thing is, my friend bought Lori just the day before DS was on the shrine, today. So yesterday. So yeah, that's kind of peak for him. Fucking hell. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week on the next shrine. Peace.